Have you ever wondered how chameleons change their color? It's like they have their very own magic trick, right? In our big, beautiful world, many creatures have unique abilities that leave us in awe. But among all, the chameleon's ability to change its color is truly a spectacle. It's a fascinating phenomenon that tickles our curiosity and leaves us with the question, how do they do it? What's the science behind this magical color transformation? Today, we are going to unravel the mystery behind the chameleon's color-changing trick. Before we jump into the science, let's get to know our star, the chameleon, a little better. Chameleons are truly fascinating creatures found in a variety of habitats from rainforests to deserts, mainly in Africa and Madagascar. They're most famous for their extraordinary ability to change color. But did you know they also have eyes that can move independently and tongues that can stretch out to catch their prey from a distance? Their color-changing ability is not just for show. It serves many purposes, including communication, reflecting their mood, and responding to changes in light and temperature. For instance, a chameleon might turn bright red to show aggression, or pale when it's scared. They can also adjust their colors to either absorb more light and heat or reflect it away. Now that we know a bit more about chameleons, let's delve into how they manage to change their color. So, how do chameleons perform this color-changing magic? It's all about tiny crystals in their skin. To understand this, we need to dive beneath the surface, quite literally. Inside a chameleon's skin, there are special cells called chromatophores. These cells are unique to cold-blooded animals like reptiles, and they contain pigments that help chameleons pull off their color-changing trick. Imagine chromatophores as tiny, colorful balloons under the chameleon's skin. Each chromatophore contains a different color, and these cells are stacked in layers. The top layer, for instance, might be filled with yellow pigments, the middle one with blue, and the bottom one with brown. Now, here's where the magic happens. When a chameleon decides it's time for a wardrobe change, it sends signals from its nervous system to these chromatophores. These signals cause the cells to expand or contract, and as they change shape, they alter the way light reflects off the chameleon's skin, resulting in a color change. But what about those tiny crystals we mentioned earlier? Well, they're part of the equation too. These crystals reside in cells called iridophores, located beneath the pigment-filled chromatophores. When these crystals move closer together or further apart, they reflect light in different ways, adding another layer to the chameleon's color-changing abilities. For instance, if a chameleon wants to turn blue, it contracts the chromatophores to reveal the iridophores underneath. The closer together the crystals in the iridophores are, the shorter the wavelength of light they reflect, and the chameleon appears blue. The chameleon's color change isn't just for show either. It's a vital part of their communication, mood display, and even their survival. They can blend into their environment to avoid predators, or flash bright colors to attract a mate, or signal aggression. Isn't it fascinating how these tiny crystals and special cells work together to create a beautiful display of colors? So, to sum up, the chameleon's color-changing ability is not magic, but science. We've journeyed through the world of chameleons, discovering their fascinating ability to change color. Let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. Chameleons, one of the most unique creatures on our planet, have a superpower that seems like it came straight out of a comic book, the ability to change their skin color at will. But as we found out, this isn't due to some magical spell or potion. No, it's all thanks to a special type of cells in their skin called chromatophores. Chromatophores are like tiny artists, painting the chameleon's skin with a spectrum of colors. They contain pigments that can be moved around to alter the color of the chameleon's skin. When a chameleon decides it wants to change color, its nervous system sends a signal to these cells, causing them to shift their pigments around. But that's not all. These chromatophores also interact with light. They contain tiny crystals that can reflect light in different ways, creating even more colors. By controlling the spacing of these crystals, a chameleon can create a rainbow of hues, from bright greens and blues to deep reds and yellows. Next time you see a chameleon changing color, remember it's not magic. It's all about the science of tiny crystals and special cells.